Hey guys, I'm Gene here. Just dropped my son off at school, and my dog is somewhere. Oh, there she is. Are you gonna come down? You're gonna stay up on the road. Yeah. So, believe it or not, we are kind of in near the center of Zhongli City, which is a decent-sized city with a population of over 1 million. Um, it's the Taiwan is just full of these little secret parks and bicycle paths and whatnot. I have some footage of the road that I took to approach here. I can splice that in here. Yeah, so that road and this park is like between two major roads. Like, sorry, I hate it when I say like so much. I sound like a valley girl. About a half a kilometer in that direction is a major road, and about a half a kilometer or less in that direction is another major thoroughfare. And this just happens to be the area in between. So, topic of the video, best country in the world to live in, happiest country in the world. I remember in the past, places like, you are so dumb. You are so dumb. Are you going to jump? No, don't jump. You keep coming this way. Come on. Well, get off the rocks. You're literally in the worst possible place. Go. Yeah, okay. That works too. Well, are you going to backtrack now? You're almost at this end. You're going to go back to that end now. Okay, come on. Oh my goodness, my dog's retarded. Xiao Mei Lai, come here. Just don't get a dog here because they're all fairly dumb. Xiao Mei Lai. There you go. Come here. Lie. Yeah. So they did a survey. The American government or whatever. They're something. Anyways, the American government, a branch of, sent out a survey to all Americans who don't live in America. So all expats, all Americans living overseas. And long story short, Taiwan ranked number 1 on the planet Earth for comfort of living, happiness, well-being. Yeah. So that's, but so in other words, Americans living in Holland liked it less than Americans living in Taiwan. Americans living in France, Italy, New Zealand, Australia, all these wonderful countries all around the world ranked lower than America, than Taiwan. So yeah, all these countries around the world all ranked lower than Taiwan. America itself included. There's people living in places like Norway and Switzerland. They rank it higher than living in America, but still all those places ranked lower than living in Taiwan. Oh, and this is something interesting. When my channel was very popular, I didn't discuss things like this. Why? Because I've heard this from other foreigners as well. Because we don't want you to know how much better this country is than your own. Because one of the reasons this country is so great is because there's not a lot of foreigners that live here. Taiwan is still fairly unheard of. It's not a very well-known tourist destination and whatnot. So, in the foreign community in Taiwan, I've heard this many times, and this is the reason why I haven't discussed this much in the past. When my channel was booming and all my videos were getting over 10,000 views each, I would not have talked about this. Because I don't want a few hundred or thousand people moving here, especially not to my city. Because one of the reasons the locals treat foreigners so well is because we're a rarity here. So when the locals see one of us, they're overly generous. They treat us better than other locals because we're a guest in their country. So yeah, it's one of the reasons. But even if we were just treated just the same as the locals, it's still a wonderful place to live. Free universal healthcare. The universal healthcare here is better than in Canada. In Canada, it covers doctors, but not dentists, and sure as hell not chiropractors. In Taiwan, you can go to the hospital, get surgery for free, get an MRI, whatever. I bumped my head a few months back, and I went to the hospital. I'm like, yeah, I want an MRI, which is like, in America, that's probably like thousands of dollars just for one, and you'd have to wait a week. They put me in right away, gave me an MRI. There was no huge wait. There was no cost. And then, so you could go to, in Taiwan, you could go get a surgery, then go to the dentist, get all your teeth cleaned and some dental work done for free, and then maybe go to the chiropractor. You may not need an adjustment, but you could get like a massage and a minor like neck adjustment so you feel a bit looser. Also free. Anything medical related is covered by universal healthcare, and it's not. There's always some idiot who likes to point out in the comics, it's not free. Your taxes pay for it. No, my taxes don't pay for it. I pay for insurance. It costs $30 a month, so that's $360 per year. I pay for my medical insurance in Taiwan, and that's what the same amount that he pays. That's the same amount that everyone else pays here. It's the same amount my son pays. It's $30 a month. And then all your medical cares are covered and are covered by that. And there's no copay or whatever. It kind of covers the minimum. So you can get added health insurance on top of that. So for the added health insurance would cover the differences. Like, for example, I have rods in both my legs. This one's titanium and this one's stainless steel. The titanium one isn't covered, so I had to pay it out of my own pocket. We just followed the doctor's advice. He said, this one's, you're probably going to need to leave it in longer, so I'd recommend going with titanium. I didn't know I was going to pull either of them out, so evidently I need to pull this one out at some point, which I should do soon, because I'm not getting any younger. But yeah, so that's an example. If I had added health insurance, then I could have just got titanium in both. I could have just, give me the best you have for both. And then if I go to the hospital, I would normally be sharing a room with 3 others. There's 4 people, 2 room in a hospital. But if I have added insurance, then I get a private room. Sometimes the private rooms are all filled up, so then you get a room, maybe you get a room with just 1 other person, 2 people per room. So yeah, things like that. So we do still have health insurance here, which some Americans wouldn't think, since everything is free. You can still get additional insurance that gives you upgraded options. Yeah, and things like cancer can get really expensive. Oh, here's a little interesting fact. If you get cancer here, your health insurance will often no, not health insurance. I apologize. Life insurance. If you have life insurance... No, I guess it's health insurance as well. Yeah, I think it's the additional health insurance. If you get cancer, they just give you a lump sum of cash. And they're like, do what you want. Because there's so many different types of treatments and whatnot, and they can become very costly. So instead of you wasting your time taking all these different chemotherapies that just make you worse, and then this and that, and just what happens is they just give you a lump sum of cash, like a couple of $100,000 and then say, here, you can use that for chemo, you can use that for alternative methods, you can just go on a holiday before you die. And a lot of people take that option. A lot of people just say, well, instead of lying in a bed, because you have to remember, something like 96% of cancer patients die from the chemotherapy, not from the cancer, because chemotherapy it's literally just pure poison. They're putting pure poison into your body, hoping that it kills the cancer before it kills you. That's why your hair falls out. That's why you throw up all the time. You feel bad all the time. It's because it's killing every organ in your body. And then even if it does kill the cancer, from that point on, your immune system is compromised, and the chance of you getting cancer again is 100 times higher than it was to begin with. And to begin with, it was already fairly high because you got it. So yeah, a lot of alternative doctors will tell you that there's ways to beat cancer, but once you've done chemo, then all your other options are off the table because your body's too compromised. Anyway, so time. So yeah, so that's what we're talking about. Quality of life in Taiwan and healthcare in Taiwan. That's the topic of this video.